Welcome back to another episode of the Basement Ballers. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today is a topic that so many people recommended we do on a more video format. We've been doing a lot of live streams discussing this, but today is the best 11 of the 24-25 season. We've seen a lot of talented players, a lot of different teams showing up when we least expected them to show up. And so today we're going to talk about the best of them and also give you a couple honorable mentions for each position. Now, for simplicity's sake, today we're going to be using a formation of 4-3-3, one CDM, two center midfielders. We could put a cam if you want as well, and then three forwards, one left wing, one right wing, one striker, and then four at the back. But without further ado, guys, we're going to get into this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and we obviously encourage all of you to share your opinions on this topic in the comment section below. So, Raheem, I'm going to start off first. I'm going to give you my player, and then you give me your player. We'll see if we agree. We'll see if we disagree. And if we disagree or agree, we'll just discuss it a little bit, and that's how this will go. So, for me,
go ahead.
Starting off at goalkeeper, I feel like this is kind of the obvious choice, so hopefully there's not too much to discuss about this one. But it's Donnarumma, a player that a lot of us kind of maybe wrote off since the 2021 Euros. We expected a lot from him. We weren't really seeing it. But ever since that brother got kicked in the face, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's kind of become a little bit different, especially performing. I mean, at the end of the day, Ligue 1 is Ligue 1, but performing especially well in the Champions League. And even for those of you that are watching the Club World Cup, he's been having himself performance after performance, unfortunately injuring Jamal Musiala recently. But obviously that doesn't take away from the fact that I think
He's had a Courtois-type goalkeeping season, bro. He saved PSG's ass a lot of games. So I think he deserves that.
So is that your player?
That is my player, yes.
My one honorable mention, though, if I was to go with the number two, I'm going to just throw in Alisson in the hat because I think that we've seen from Alisson, despite obviously him being injured earlier in the season, we saw one of the most iconic Champions League performances that I think we've seen in a very long time. So, and we know that he has that quality, and he just had to remind all of our asses that he could do that shit.
Yeah, I'm putting John Garcia. I know he only played for Espanyol, but like still I'm putting him in, bro. He was La Liga's best goalie of the year, plus Barca just signed him, so I'm putting him in here.
All right, so we got the Barca bias, we got the Liverpool bias. I'm not even mad at it. Let's move on to right back, though. This one for me is, I think, also kind of like an easy one. It's Achraf Hakimi.
Hakimi, and I think honorable mention, I'd put Koundé. I think both have had a very good season. I just think Hakimi obviously scored in the Champions League final, was probably the best right back in the world, if not the best. So yeah, I'm putting him there. But
I think Koundé. But for me, if I'm gonna give my honorable mention, it's Denzel Dumfries. I think he had like a great, although obviously like recent results might sort of skew our opinion, but I think what he was able to do in the Champions League was rather impressive. Obviously scoring a banger against Barcelona. Maybe that's why you're
No, it's just I think throughout the whole season, Koundé's been the best right back outside of Hakimi. He's been consistent. He rarely drops any stinkers. He's been very good for us. So I'd put Koundé.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I mean, but in terms of Hakimi, I think it's clear. Offensively, beast. Defensively, monster. Pace. He inverts into the midfield. He just does everything that you need him to do. And quite frankly, I've been hearing some Hakimi needs to be in the top 5 of Ballon d'Or shouts. Whether or not I agree, personally, I don't. But I hear it. Incredible season from him. But moving on to our first center back. Let's go with the right center back, I guess.
Okay.
So for me, I was kind of like going a little bit back and forth with a lot of them. But I'm going to just throw in Pacho.
Yeah, it also for me, both my center backs are Pacho, Van Dijk. I feel like that should be everyone's center backs go for the year, because I know people would like to say Bastoni. Even I thought Bastoni, but like nah, I don't think Bastoni's team of the season this year, especially after getting spanked that way in the Champions League final. Van Dijk, for obvious reasons, he's still probably the best center back in the world. Plus, just won the league. And Pacho was PSG's best center back as they won the Champions League. So I feel like it's a bit obvious for both.
Yeah, and Pacho was like 22.
Yeah, he's young.
He's a young brother. He did pick up a red card against Bayern, so we won't be seeing him against Real Madrid in the next round. But incredible player. If I were to give a secondary shout out, I'll give it to Bastoni from Inter. Although Inter not having the best defense in the Serie A, I think his responsibility for that team is a lot greater than some other center backs. He has a lot of load to carry. And I think he's been incredible. And then just a little sneaky shout out to Gabriel. Before he got injured, I think he was probably the better of the two Arsenal center backs. He's been having an incredible season. So it was unfortunate to see him go down. But I think for me, Van Dijk is a shoo-in. And then that second position, I think there's a lot of shouts for different center backs. But those are for me. For me, again, Van Dijk and Pacho, and I guess you agree.
Yeah, Van Dijk, Pacho, and I'd put honorable mention same as you, Bastoni and Gabriel. That's what I'd put. And also maybe sneak in Inigo Martinez in there. I would. I don't know if I'd put him over those two, but I might sneak him in.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, because he was very good. But yeah, left back
also, I feel like another shoe.
Also very obvious. Yeah, Nuno Mendes.
I'm
putting Balde as my honorable mention as backup.
I would say Balde as
both
well.
Are the best left backs in the world. Balde and Nuno Mendes are the best left backs in the world. So.
And it was pretty like neck and neck for a while there. Balde obviously goes down injured, but I think from what we saw in the Nations League, from what he continues to do in the Club World Cup, I think Nuno Mendes just kind of places himself a cut above the rest. It would have been nice to see Balde in a similar situation where like he could play for Spain, for example.
Yeah, but De La Fuente's a moron who decides to put Cucurella instead. I don't know why, but yeah, Balde. I mean, if he doesn't get injured, Barca obviously beat Inter. I think that's. I don't feel like people can debate that. I'm sorry. And then who knows what would have happened in the Champions League final, man? We could be having different discussions right now. But yeah, we'll put Nuno Mendes first. Balde, but Balde's coming to snatch his chain next year. I'm telling you.
Fair enough.
He'll come to snatch his chain. But yeah, I think.
So I think generally we agree on the back four, or we agreed on every position actually. But let's move on to the DM, where I think maybe there might be a little bit of.
So I don't really have a DM. So the way I have it, I have basically two. Like, I have basically like. It's not a DM. I have like a midfield three, but it's more like three like sixes rather than like a DM. But I guess if I put in a DM, it'd be João Neves.
You put João Neves?
Yeah. I'd say João Neves. I'd put him. Like my midfield three, João Neves, Vitinha, Pedri.
João Neves, Vitinha, Pedri. Well, I also didn't necessarily include a DM, but if I were, it's Caicedo, Vitinha, Pedri. Because I think Caicedo has had I know Chelsea fans will rate him, but I think across Europe, people haven't really been giving him the flowers that he deserves for the season that he put in.
What season, though? Like, okay, Chelsea finished fourth on like 68 or 69 points.
Champions League qualification.
Yeah, and then Euro
Conference League, so which is not, it's still a trophy.
Like, it's all right, but does that warrant being...
He's been doing really well for Chelsea in the Club World Cup. I think he definitely deserves a shot.
That warrants a team of the season.
Yeah.
You think?
I do. Bro, but I mean, you guys have such a problem with giving Premier League talent the credit.
It's not Premier League talent. It's like, bro, like you could put Gravenberch instead of Caicedo.
I think Gravenberch had an incredible season as well. Like I'm a Liverpool fan. Obviously, you're not going to see me. I'm not having no bias here, right? But Caicedo undeniably had a very good season. I think he's been one of the best DMs in the world. I think João Neves for me would probably be like an honorable mention, right? Or even Gravenberch. But I think sleeping on Caicedo is a bit crazy.
Yeah, I'm putting as my honorable mention. I'm putting in De Jong. From Barca, had a very, very, very good second half of the season. From when he came back from injury, from January to end of the season, he was great. So I'm putting De Jong as my honorable mention. As my two midfield honorable mentions, as like the number sixes, I guess I'd probably put in. Let me think. I'd probably say Barella, and then maybe Caicedo, even though he's not really like he's more of a DM, but like still, yeah, I'd say maybe those two. You can throw in Fabian. You can throw in Fabian Ruiz as well. There's a few you could throw in.
For me, my honorable mentions, if I wasn't gonna put Vitinha and Pedri, it's Wirtz and McAllister. I think McAllister's had also a really underrated season. He's been very good for Liverpool. He's been our best. Well, aside from Gravenberch, probably our best midfielder. And then Florian Wirtz, Bundesliga player of the season. I think people have just been pissed off because of his price tag and obviously thinking now he's overrated. But he's an incredible player. And you know what? Maybe let's throw in another one, Jamal Musiala. Shout out to Jamal Musiala.
Yeah, but he got injured towards the end of the season, so I can't really put him in just because he did miss a lot of crucial games for Bayern. Like he wasn't there against Inter, he wasn't there in the final games of the Bundesliga, whatever. So I can't put Musiala in here.
So definitively though, I'll say my three, you say your three, and then move on to the forwards. Okay, my three: Vitinha, Pedri, Caicedo.
João Neves, Pedri, Vitinha. So we can agree to disagree.
But let us know in the comments what you think about your midfield trio of the season. Moving on to the forwards, where I think that there's maybe perhaps a little bit of controversy. Starting off at right wing, I have, for me, no questions asked, Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, I have Lamine Yamal as my right winger. I mean, listen, we can just name our front three. Now, I think, okay, so for me, the front three is Rafinha, left wing, Salah, striker, Lamine Yamal, right wing. Now, I know Salah's not a striker, but I had to include him in here somehow, and I'm not leaving Lamine Yamal at this list, and I'm not including Dembele in this list because I'm not rewarding a player for playing good for 4 months. It's team of the season, not team of 2025.
All right.
It's team of the season, and Dembele was not good during the whole season. Keyword, guys, season. Anyways.
Yes, but what he did after the new year is still incredible.
Yeah, but these three players were consistent since August. Salah, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal have been doing it since August.
Yeah, but you also can't deny that like Dembele is still put in one of the best seasons.
I'll put him as an honorable mention. I'll put Dembele honorable mention as right wing. Honorable mention striker, I'd put in Mbappe. And then honorable mention left wing, I'd put in probably Kvaratskhelia.
That's a good show. Yeah, so I have Salah in at right wing. Honorable mention Lamine Yamal. I think Salah put together one of the greatest seasons in Premier League history. Obviously lifting the Premier League title, and I think very, very disrespected this season. I know people love to call him a stat patter. But he scores important goals. He scores goals that win you 3 points. So that's why I give it to him. Lamine Yamal, a very respectable, honorable mention in that position. At striker, I have Dembele. He's played there a little bit this season. He's obviously bagged a lot of goals for PSG and been amongst a incredible lineup of players, arguably been their best player. For me, it's either him or Vitinha who sort of take that cake. Pause. I don't know why I said that. And then at left wing, I have Rafinha because also as well for the longest time that brother was front runner, if not number 2 in Ballon d'Or race, and all of a sudden people have him at number 7, and some journalists have him at really low.
Yeah, that's
disrespectful.
That's crazy
to the guy who arguably should have won the Champions League Player of the Season. And despite what you think about his play style, whether you think he's an exciting player, whatever you kind of BS you want to come up with, Rafinha is up there with Salah in terms of being disrespected. Top 5 Ballon d'Or for sure. And he even has a case to win the whole thing, right? So he's into my left wing. And honorable mention will be Kvaratskhelia because obviously, similarly, your argument is kind of weird because obviously Kvaratskhelia moved to PSG in January and then he started popping off, right?
Nah, but he was popping off even with Napoli. Because he helped Napoli get, I think it was first in Serie A before he left. So, I mean, he did his thing in Italy and then went to France.
I don't think Napoli were first in before.
I'm pretty sure they were first, bro. I'd have to let me check this real quick. Let's see. Hold up. Napoli's league position.
Just check it in January or January 1st.
And January 1st. Let's see. Napoli's okay. Let me type this into ChatGPT, bro, because it actually gives me the the correct answer. But wait, so who's your honorable mention front three?
So honorable mention front 3 is Lamine Yamal at right wing, Mbappe down the middle, and then Kvicha as a left winger.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So they were joint leaders, basically. Let me check. I put that as January 1st. Let me see when Kvaratskhelia left, where they were at. I believe they were first. If not first, they were second by 1 point.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So let's see. So yeah, they were Let's see. Yeah, they were joint first. Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough.
So yeah, told you.
Stand corrected. But so let's just go over everything. I got Donnarumma and net, right back Hakimi, Van Dijk, and then Pacho, Nuno Mensch off the left back.
Yep.
Then I got Caicedo, Vitinha, Pedri, midfield 3, and then Salah, Dembele, Rafinha.
Yeah, same back four. Midfield, I'd put João Neves instead of Caicedo, and then front three of Rafinha, Salah, Lamine Yamal. No Dembele. We're not adding that, but yeah.
Fair enough. All right, guys, let us know what you think about our team of this season, 24-25. If you agree, disagree with any of the above, please, in the comments. And if you want to continue this conversation, make sure you join our Discord, the Ballers Academy. The link will be in the description. It's a fun community with over 150 members ready to talk about football, so you can make some friends. You can talk about football. You can talk about your best 11 in a more interactive fashion. But without further ado, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you on the next video.
Peace out.